Hey, Redneck Gen X here, sitting out in the valley. Just got out here looking for deer. Figure I'll take you for a ride on my golf cart and see what you think of that. Here we go. We're going to head down to the creek, see how this goes. This is part of my route I take almost every night, because this is an area where I do a lot of hunting for deer. So I come out here every night and look for tracks, see where they're crossing. And occasionally we run into bear tracks. Last year I had a bear come up within about 40 yards of me while I was standing talking to a friend. As soon as he noticed us, he was gone. He wanted no part of us at all. I mean, no part of us. He was gone. It was kind of nice to see him, though. I ain't gonna lie. It was cool. They clear cut this like 2 years ago. I was down here hunting. I had a blind set up, and they were down here cutting on one side of the through track. So I took my blind out, and thank God I did, because they were in there the next day, and they don't really give a shit about your blind. They'll destroy them. They don't care. It's almost like a tunnel down through here when we get up here further. I call it the tunnel of trees. You'll see here in a minute why. But I keep thinking one of these days I'm going to be heading down there and a bear's going to be walking up the trail coming my way, and I don't know how that's going to go. So right here's where the tunnel of trees starts. I usually see a lot of deer tracks on this trail, but they're just like you and me. They're going to take the easiest access they can get, so they'll walk right down this dirt track. Come down here in my Toyota Tacoma one night. That was not a good thing. I almost lost a deer. get kind of rough down here. The side-by-sides that come in, them high-performance side-by-sides and four-seaters and all that, they tear that shit up. So, and you'll see what I mean when we get up here to the main trail. That's another reason I take this road I call the Tunnel of Trees, because it's a lot smoother and they don't travel this one as much. But I'll show you what they're doing to the snowmobile trails down here. It's ridiculous. They tear the shit out of everything. And here we go. It gets rougher than a cob in here, so. Coming around this corner one time last year, side by side, almost hit me head on. I told him he'd better kill me if he does. I wasn't going to be nice about it if I come up and I wasn't dead. I'm sure you can tell by the camera movement how rough this is. Here's where it gets real bad. They got this washed out like crazy. But this is heading down to the creek. See what I mean? It's crazy down here. They got it tore up. Oh. Yep, it's bad. But I'll take you down to the creek. Here's one of my hangouts right here. I used to hunt right back there, but kept getting dicked with. Somebody kept messing with my truck out here in the parking area. So yeah, this is a fun time for me. This is happy time. Work's done. I like to come out here and, like I said, look for deer and see bears every once in a while. But here's the creek. Then you go over here and see up the creek. And that's funny because that's how Mountain Man gave me my nickname of Up the Creek, because he met me right here one year. 2 years ago we met here, and it was hunting season. He says, "Where are you hunting?" I said, "Up the creek." So ever since then he's called me Up the Creek Bill. Told him my name's Wild Bill, but he still calls me Up the Creek. But that's fine. So, but yeah, I've seen some nice deer in here. I've seen bear in here. We've got bobcats and their kittens on camera in here. Big female. And then we got one big male on camera. And lots of birds of prey. When I was growing up out here, you'd hardly ever see anything but just deer. Now there's more bears and bobcats and birds of prey. I mean, I've seen probably 100 owls out here. I see hawks out here constantly. So, lots of rabbits and squirrels. We used to never see rabbits out here for years, and now there's frickin' hundreds of them. So I'm thinking that's why the birds of prey are out here. But I just figured I'd give you guys just a short part of my little trip I take. That was maybe a third of what I do every night, but just wanted you to see it. All right, y'all have